Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Guys, today I'm going to find out the domain of these functions. As you can see my thumbnail, where we ask you a question: how to find the domain of under root sine x plus 16 minus x square, right? As I told you in my previous lecture, I told you how to find the domain of a combined function, right? This is a combined function. If you can say here, okay, if you see I have one function, you can say any function like hx, right? Hx, which is what? Under root sine x. And we have, for example, rx, which is what? Square root 16 minus x square, right? So you can just add them. Is hx plus rx. This can be written as what? H plus r x. And the question is so easy. You have to find the domain. It means we will find the domain of this one and domain of this one. Then we will take the what? Intersection part of the domain. And the answer will be in front of you, right? So the question is find the domain of this one. So I am going to find out the domain of under root sine x, okay? Inshallah, in my next lecture, I will explain how to find the domain of a trigonometric functions. Okay. So here, this is the question of combined functions, to find the domain of a combined function. So I'm going to explain right now, and inshallah, in my next lecture, I will tell you what is a actual sine, right? So here, I want to tell you the sine x is a trigonometric function. Okay, and there is a problem. Means you will understand inshallah. Look, this is a coordinate system, right? This is x and this is what? X prime, this is y and this is y prime, right? I want to tell you something here. You know about sine x, right? Here it will start from the 0 degree. I'm talking about degree, right? 0 degree, and you can say 0 degree to 90 degree. Or you can say this is what? Pi over 2, right? And this is 180 degree. Pi over 2 rad, okay? Don't say pi over 2. Pi over 2 is wrong. Some student, you know, sometimes they have written 90 degree is equal to pi by 2, which is 100% wrong, because pi is 3.14 plus 157, something like this. That is an irrational number, and that is when you are going to divide pi by 2. This is not 90, that would be a 1.57. So don't write 90 is equal to pi by 2. Just write down 90 degree is equal to pi by 2 radian. Okay, and 1 radian, I will tell you later on, 1 radian is equal to 57.3 degree. Means whenever you have a 57.3 degree, this is near about what? 1 radian. Don't say equal, approximate. Okay, so 1 radian. So this is not my topic. I want to tell you, whenever you see pi over 2, so you just write down rad, radian, right? So this is pi by 2, this is pi radian. Okay, and this is 3 pi by 2 means radian, or it's also 270 degree, and this is what? 360 degree, or 2 pi rad, right? And we will start from 0. We will go this side, then this side, then this one, and this one. First quadrant, second quadrant, third, fourth. It has a periodic motion in circle, and then you can again make a 2 circle, 3 circle, 4 circle, 5 circle, and the behavior you will find the same, because this is a periodic motion. Okay. So what I want to tell you about the sign always positive here and positive here. Remember one thing. This is the concept of the sign. Sign is always positive here and positive here. Then it is not positive here, it is not positive here, right? In one complete circle, only the first quadrant and second quadrant, it is what? You will see this is positive. Then this is not positive here and here. And the third one and the fourth one, it is not positive. Then again, if you are on the second circle, you can say here again positive, and this is positive, but this one and this one is not positive, right? Here is no, here is no. So whenever you are going to make a circle, and you are on the first one and the second one, the sign is always positive. This is the behavior, the nature of a sine function, right? Okay. And normally the graph of the sine theta is this one. Normally, right? Sine x. If you are going to draw, I will explain you this one in my next lecture. Okay. Something like this one. Okay, and so on. So you can say this is pi and this is what? 2 pi, right? 0, pi, 2 pi. And after 2 pi, you will just copy this one and paste in the next, right? So it will repeat its motion, okay? Positive, negative, positive, negative, positivity, and so on. Something like this one. Okay? And the maximum value is what? +1. And minimum value is what? -1. The range is +1 and -1, okay? And here for the x, sine x, the domain belongs to always real, okay? Sine x exists for each and every value of x, okay? Whatever the value you will give, sine exists, right? So we don't have any problem in the sine, okay? Sine and cosine have a domain R, real number, right? Okay. Now I am going to solve here. What about under root sine x? Okay, I am going to erase this one and then we will tell you. Okay. So as you can see, we have not sine x, we have under root sine x, and this is a square root function, right? And in a square root function, I told you if you have under root x, okay, so this one will define when x is what? 0 or greater than 0, means all positive values of x, then x is defined. For negative value of it, the function does not exist. So domain is what? Always positive number or 0. Here this was x, and here what we have? We have sine x. So it means for this function, sine x must be what? 0 or greater than 0. Right? So I'm going to draw a graph and then you can understand it well, right? Sine, I need the positive value of sine, right? Okay. So I'm going to draw here, right? Okay, and here I'm going to tell you here, you can see here, normal structure here. This is a real system, okay, number system, and here I'm going to draw a graph of sine. So as you know, I'm going to start here. I told you before, sine positive is here and here. And this is what? 0 and this is what? Pi. So 0 to pi we have pi, means positive, right? So if this is pi, we can say I have this one, right? This is always positive. And this is what? Pi, and then this is what? 2 pi. So then pi to 2 pi, no, this is negative value, right? I don't want negative, I want just positive value. Then again this will be 2 pi to pi, right? Means 0 to pi, positive. Pi to 2 pi, no, negative. I don't want negative. Then 2 pi to 3 pi. So pi to 2 pi, no. Because from pi to 2 pi we have negative value, so we are not going to draw here because I want just positive value, right? Because we want just positive value. Then again 2 pi to pi means 2 pi to 3 pi. We have what? Positive value. And then 2 pi to 3 pi, and then 3 pi to 4 pi, again negative. We are not going to draw here, right? And then for example this is 5 pi, so this is again we have what? This one. And the same thing you will find here, okay? Because sine minus x is also what? Minus sine x. Okay, I will tell you this one later. So whenever you have right, so you can say this one, when I say minus, means minus x, we will travel from this side, right? For the positive direction, we will go this one. If you have sine x. And if you have sine minus x, for example, sine minus x, we will start from here. So the first one, this one, 1 and 2. No, 1 and 2, no. We are not going to define. And then from 0 to pi, negative direction, from 0 to pi minus pi, this is minus pi, this is minus 2 pi, this is minus 3 pi, right? And you can say this is what? Minus 4 pi, and so on. So you can say from 0 to pi in minus direction, right? Is no, but pi to 2 pi, yes, it is. Right? And then again minus 2 to 3 pi, no, and then 3 to okay. Now this is finished. This is the graph of what? Sin x, right? So whenever you have 0 to pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, or 4 pi to 5 pi, this is positive. Or minus 2 pi to minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi to minus 4 pi, you will find what? The positive value of x. The graph is always up, okay? And here 16 minus x square I am going to solve. This question I told you in my previous lecture, right? We have Rx. Okay, we have Rx, which is what? Under root 16 minus x square. 16 minus x square can be written as minus x square plus 16. And here if you say minus commons, you have x square minus 16. And minus x square, minus 16 can be written as 4 square. And then you can say this is what? Minus x square minus 4 square can be written as x plus 4, x minus 4, right? I told you this one in my previous lecture. Please watch that one, so it would be easy for you. And now how will you find the domain here? This, you know, this is a minus sign. So just take what is the 0 here? This is minus 4, and this is what? Plus 4. Okay, so plus 4, for example, here, minus 4 is here. So we will say, make the semicircle. So this will be the domain of this function. So what is the domain? The domain is from minus 4 to 4, and use the close bracket. So the domain of this one is this part, and the domain of Rx is minus 4 to 4. Okay, I am going to draw here. I'm going to draw here minus 4 to 4. You know this is pi, right? What is the value of pi near about? Pi is near about 3.14 something, yes or no? 3.4 means you can say the 4 will be after the pi. Maybe you can say this is 4. Draw a line. This is what? X is equal to what? 4. In the same way, this will be what? Minus 4, right? This is plus 4, and this is what? Minus 4. Means according to this one, we are going to take a value, all values from minus 4 to 4, right? Minus 4, pi, 0, pi, and 4. We will take all values. And according to this one, all values. So can you tell me what is the common part? Because I told you, whenever you have a combined function, we will take the common, or the, you can say the common part of the domain, right? The common part of domain. So which one is the common here, my dear? So we can say the common is this one. You can say this is common, because if I make a point here, you can say this is also the domain of hx, and this is also the domain of rx. And the second, we have this part common, this part. If I take a point here, right? If I take the point here, so this is also the domain of hx. This is also the domain of what? Rx. So this portion and this portion, means this one and this one, are the domain of fx, right? So what is the domain here? I'm going to write down here domain of fx. Fx is your question, right? This fx, okay? The intersection part. What is the intersection part? Minus 4 to minus 5. And we always take the close bracket. So see here, minus 4 to minus pi and close bracket, right? Minus 4 to minus 5 and union, and from 0 to pi, 0 to pi, and we use the close bracket. So this is the domain of the given function. Okay, again we just find out the domain of this one, we just find out the domain of Rx, then we take what, the common part, and this is the domain of what, the given function. I hope guys you understand that. If even you just have a look on that, and if you find questions, you have a doubt, you can just write down the comments. When we have a time, I will reply you. I hope guys you all understand. Take care. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.